Hello! In this video, I will be showing you my journey behind the scenes for the eco fashion show that I participated in and competed, Refabricate 2024 Spring. Each year, Fabrics Refabricate fashion shows features upcycled designs that have been repurposed and recreated by community members from various garments and cutting floor scraps. This year, our task is to use one of the industry's most unsustainable items, of course, denim. We are assigned to recreate using thrifted denim jeans from Goodwill into new runway creations. These 6 best designs on the runway will be featured in the Goodwill Fashion Show fundraiser and auction later in midsummer. These are the denims I picked, and they all came in different fabric material. Some are heavy and others are light and stretchy. I started by seam ripping my pants, having zero clue what I was doing. I had no plan, and I'm off to a good start. However, I do like to cut and just destroy most of these jeans because I thought maybe this will help me come up with an idea for my next step. There is a lot of hand sewing and a lot of ripping. Which causes my hand to feel pretty stiff. Very important to do your stretches. So for designers out there who are doing a lot of hand works, props to you, but don't forget to do your stretches. There were, of course, issues that didn't align with how I imagined, but I continued to readjust and cut more. On to the next day. This is how it looked. Adding, quote, underwear denim with the rest of the bottom. After sewing scraps of my leftovers, I use it to add for the inseams, and this is the result. During the fitting, I've noticed that the pants is starting to look loose and too big on her, so there is a lot of adjustment. However, I decided to move on for the top area, and again, have zero clue what top I want to design, so I started to play around with my scraps. I used light fabric material and pleated. Was thinking about making a bra, but it didn't turn out well, so I decided to move on to the pocket by painting. I thought that this would help me to add a design for the top, but I do love my design, but it just doesn't align well with the whole outfit. Moving on is the back bodice using front and back bottom pants. I want to keep the back pocket shown because you don't really see it anywhere, not that I know. It's a must for me. And as for my other pocket that I have painted with the cactus that I embroidered, I'll use it for a different project. Top stitch is one of my favorites because it keeps the seams in place and less time ironing. And a clean stitch is important to me because it attracts customers. Mind you, 6 best designs on the runway will be featured in the Goodwill Fashion Show and be auctioned for a good cause. Next, I added shoulder pads to give that good structure, hand sew very gentle so it doesn't show the seams from the outside of the fabric. Adding the short sleeves, and this is how it came out. As I was finishing up my outfit, it started to look like a doll, which was not part of the plan. I wanted to look like a sexy tomboyish girl, so I had to redo almost everything except the pants and the back pocket. This is where I started to get worried and nervous because it led me to realize I only had 1 week left until the show and only had scraps left. I decided to build a one-piece fitted corset using a foam fabric to customize my bra cups. I removed the sleeves and used them along with my scraps to create a bodysuit. However, the bottom quote underwear, which I couldn't record because I was in a bit of a hurry, it wouldn't reach down, so I had to move on to plan why, which was to leave it as just a crop top so I could continue on hand sewing my braids for the sides of my pants. I do remember on this day, I only had 2 days before the show. I was really hoping to finish everything 2 days before. That was the plan. But it's so much mistakes and I keep ripping and ripping into pieces that it's just things aren't coming the way how I want it to be. Back to the pants, I've noticed that it's just looking too plain on inseams. Therefore, I decided to just paint colorful to stand out. Final touch is hand sewing my braids to the sides, and voila, I finished it on time, a day before the show. I am very happy how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed this short clip.
Next designer is Lisette Gonzalez.
It's almost like 3 hours. I kind of remember all the movies.
It's her brand. By Ariel Owen.
Unless they move them in the back.
I was so happy how it turned out.
Lisette calling out with your bottle.
Not realizing that I would become the top 6 finalists.
This is a limited edition bag that we printed at Fabric, so nobody else is going to get these ever again. Great job, congratulations. Let's go.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for the last clips that you saw earlier. I collected from my friends and family, and I tried editing and removing the blurriness, but nothing seems to work. However, I decided to just post this video instead for you to see and understand what it's like designing for the fashion show. And there was a lot of ups and downs, and I started by having zero clue what to create to begin with until midway after playing with my scraps and draping. I had the idea at that time and decided to stick with it until a week before the fashion show. I wasn't pleased with how it was turning out. I decided to take the risk by tearing it down and starting all over. And surprisingly, I managed to finish it on time, and I love how it came out. I'm very happy to be selected and moving on to the next step, which is to attend Goodwill Fashion Show. So I hope to see you on my next journey. In the meantime, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward on to the next.